Hello, you're watching ERi-TV English News Broadcast live from headquarters in Asmara. I'm Mohammed Barkhat. Let's first go to top stories starting main headlines today. Commemoration of Martyrs Day. Nationals in Diaspora commemorated Martyrs Day. East African community agrees to deploy troops to stabilize DRC. Hundreds of thousands evacuated in China amid heavy rains. Commemoration of Martyrs Day was held in the northern and southern Red Sea region and Gashbarka regions with patriotic zeal. As part of the event, the newly renovated Martyrs Cemetery in the port city of Asab was inaugurated on 19 June by Ambassador Mohammed Said Mantai, Governor of the Southern Red Sea region, and Brigadier General Abraham Andom, Commander of Eastern Command. On 20 June, wreath-laying ceremony at the Martyrs Cemetery was conducted with limited participation. Likewise, 60,000 Nakfa contributed by staff members of the port city of Asab, administration and social service provision institutions was dispersed to 20 families of martyrs. In the same vein, Eritrea Martyrs Day was commemorated at regional level at Imkulu Martyrs Cemetery in the northern Red Sea region. At the event, Ms. Asmeret Abraha, Governor of the northern Red Sea region, laid wreaths at the Martyrs Cemetery. Similarly, Martyrs Day was commemorated in several areas in Gashbarka region, featuring various programs including walkathon to historical places, candle vigil, as well as cultural and artistic performances. At the event organized on 20 June, Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Hori, Governor of the region, and Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Jabra, Secretary of PFDJ in the region, laid wreath at the Martyrs Cemetery. Nationals in Uganda, Saudi Arabia, Italy, Egypt, South Africa and South African countries, the US, United Arab Emirates, and Libya enthusiastically commemorated a Martyrs Day, featuring various programs including walkathon, cultural programs, and contribution in support of families of martyrs. According to report from the Office of the Public Community Affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in Italy, Eritrean nationals various cities in Italy commemorated Martyrs Day, featuring various programs depicting the day. At the commemorative event organized on 19 June in Cairo, nationals pledged to live up to the expectations of martyrs and contribute $1,110 and £9,830 towards augmenting the National Trust Fund. According to report presented at a ceremony organized to commemorate Martyrs Day at the Eritrean Embassy premises, nationals and Eritrean communities in Dubai and North Emirates had assumed responsibility of supporting 212 families of martyrs from 2018 to 2022 and have been contributing 514,643 dirham to that effect. In the same vein, at the commemorative event conducted in connection with Martyrs Day, nationals in Johannesburg and its environs contribute 40,690 rand to boost the National Trust Fund and assume the responsibility of supporting 5 families of martyrs. Nationals in Kampala, Uganda also commemorated Martyrs Day at the premise of the Eritrean Embassy, featuring candle, vigil, and cultural programs. At the commemorative event conducted in Tanuma, Saudi Arabia, nationals contributed 4,110 Saudi riyals toward augmenting the National Trust Fund and expressed conviction to support families of martyrs. Members of PFDJ in the National Union of Eritrean Women also expressed readiness to assume responsibility to support 5 families of martyrs. In the same vein, at the commemorative event organized by the Eritrean Embassy in Russian Federation, Eritrean nationals that are on scholarship in Petersburg and other Russian cities virtually participated. Moreover, nationals in the U.S. cities of Oakland and Michigan enthusiastically commemorated Martyrs Day, featuring various programs including walkathon, as well as cultural and artistic performances. They also contributed $32,544 in support of families of martyrs and assumed responsibility of supporting 15 families of martyrs. Nationals in Libya also commemorated Martyrs Day with patriotic zeal. Ginda School of Assistant Nurses graduated 122 ink certificates on 21 June. The 16-month training included theoretical training on treatment of internal diseases, children's diseases and their treatment, mother and child treatment, as well as public health, as well as practical training at Orota and Halibut National Referral Hospitals, Ginda Referral Hospital, as well as at the Ministry of Health branches in the Central and Northern Red Sea region. Commending the interest the trainees demonstrated during the program, Mr. Mikhail Jaharai, director of the school, called on the students to play due parts in the effort being exerted to ensure the health of the citizens. Sister Alganish Teklegergis, coordinator of the Assistant Nurses School, on her part said that 3,944 assistant nurses that were graduated from the Ginda Balon 2 and Mendefa Assistant Nurses School are contributing due part in ensuring the health of the society in areas of their assignment, indicating that medical profession requires strong discipline, competence, maturity, and commitment. Dr. Burhanu Dabru, General Director of Planning and Human Resources at the Ministry of Health, called on the trainees to diligently serve the people that provide them the opportunity of education. At the occasion, prizes were handed over to outstanding students. Ginda School of Assistant Nurses has so far graduated 881 students with certificate program. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 2 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today at testing station in the Central region. Accordingly, the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has risen to 9,784. The total number of recovered patients stands at 9,668, while the number of deaths stands at 103. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 22 June 2022. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. East African leaders meeting in Kenya have agreed to deploy a Kenya-led regional security force to stop the conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Weeks of fighting between DRC troops and rebels has raised tensions between the DRC and Rwanda. Congo accuses its neighbor of supporting the rebels, something Rwanda denies. 7 countries in the East African Community Regional Bloc have given the green light for the standing EAC regional force to deploy its troops to the Eastern DRC. EAC leaders who met in Kenya's capital Nairobi Monday said they were committed to contributing to reconciliation and peace efforts. The areas have experienced decades of deadly fighting and, more recently, the emergence of the rebel group M23. Kenya will lead the operation to pacify the region, which is home to dozens of rebel groups, some domestic, others with origins in Uganda and Rwanda. Hundreds of thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes, southern China, according to state media, amid floods and landslides triggered by the heaviest rainfall the region has seen in decades. With rainstorms continuing to lash southern and eastern regions, state media says some 85 rivers nationwide have experienced floods above the warning level. State media photos showed people huddled on camp beds in schools converted into temporary shelters and hundreds of tents erected on the sport ground. Authorities said on Monday that more than 200,000 people have been evacuated over the course of the disaster and that the damage so far is estimated at 1.7 billion. It was also issued a red flood alert, the most serious on Tuesday morning, after multiple rural countries and the major city of Foshan upgraded their floods warnings in recent days. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines. Commemoration of Martyrs Day. Nationals in Diaspora Commemorating Martyrs Day. East African Community agrees to deploy troops to stabilize DRC. Hundreds of thousands evacuated in China amid heavy rains. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.